Sometimes I even tears when it come down, like I'm freaking water in my eyes right now because it's so crazy to me that people are for real reaching out to me. Andrew just reached out to me this morning and was like, bro, thank you. You changed my life. In today's video breakdown, we're going to cover some topics surrounding DeFi. I'm going to do a portfolio overview. I message you guys in the chat, pretty much going over what we're going to talk about today. Lots of interesting stuff, lots of juicy stuff. Myself and Mr. Aquaman are cooking up for you guys. So I'm going to go over a quick fundamental overview, going over the importance of paying attention to the material that we provide here at CYPRX. I'm going to go over a quick total cryptocurrency market cap review, and then I'm going to let Mr. Aquaman dive into his spiel, talk about, first, after the fundamental overview, we're going to get into a quick psychology breakdown. And then after the psychology breakdown, I'll let Mr. Aquaman steal the show, say his piece, talk to you guys about DeFi, talk to you guys about his portfolio, share everything that he wants to share with you all. And then the stage will be passed back to me. I'll go over low risk pools, medium risk pools, high risk pools, not spreading yourself too thin, paying attention to quality over quantity, go over my personal portfolio in detail as we sit, show you guys how much money I made this week, show you how much my portfolio is worth, show you guys what I plan on doing with this profit. And then throughout the entirety of every single week, you guys will start to see my portfolio scale, which hopefully should motivate you all to start to pay attention to DeFi. All right. Even if you have a very small amount of money, it's still very possible to scale very largely in this DeFi space with what we're going to be bringing to the table, giving you guys a hands-on approach for the monthly members that do decide to join the DeFi mentorship that we're going to be providing moving forward. You guys are going to be able to set up one-on-ones with us if you want more hands-on help, setting up wallets, setting up dexes, so on and so forth. You guys are going to be able to see our portfolios and where we're shifting money around and moving money around and what projects we're involved in. You're also going to have access to the DeFi course, which is pretty much a fast track course at this point, taking you from, just like in CYPRX, a beginner's perspective all the way to an advanced perspective, so you can start earning passive income in DeFi within the first day. Honest to God, if you got through the entire DeFi course that we're creating for you in a day, the next day you'll be able to start implementing capital into DeFi and start earning passive income straight up. So with that being said, let's just jump in. You guys can see my screen, right? Before I let Mr. Aquaman speak and give you guys his spiel, and he's got some really juicy stuff for you guys, I want to first cover mindset, because without a solid foundation via our mental capacity and mental ability to even understand what it is we're getting involved in and the mindset that you're going to need, you're going to fall apart. You're going to fail before you even start. Okay. So I want to pull this up as an example, because not only in this post does this post resemble the PSYOP mindset that everybody in crypto has been led to believe is the road to success, which is the HODL mindset, which a lot of us in this community fall victim to, including myself, but it also resembles a post of a fear-based individual, right? So first off, we need to understand the opportunity that DeFi presents. DeFi presents the opportunity for us to grow our wealth no matter if the market is bullish or bearish. A lot of us in this community hold a very large amount of crypto assets, and blue chip assets at that, ones that provide lots of utility and most likely have a solid future in this digital asset ecosystem. But a lot of us holding on to these cryptocurrencies are missing out on a lot of gains by just holding on to them and letting them sit in cold storage, doing nothing. Well, most recently, myself and Mr. Aquaman have come to the conclusion that that's not the fast track to wealth. That's not the road to riches. Yes, later on down the road, could we experience some life-changing gains? Absolutely. But why not capitalize on making money in the now by holding the same digital assets that we're holding? It makes absolutely no sense why your XRP can't be making money for you, or why your HBAR can't be making money for you, or why your XDC can't be making money for you. And so when you realize the power of DeFi and the opportunity that it presents is that you can be a liquidity provider using your digital assets, still holding on to the digital assets and being a liquidity provider for the trading pairs of these digital assets by understanding that we are in a trading environment, that's probably not going to change anytime soon. And we can be making money while the market figures itself out. And even if we do see a major bull market cycle, guess what? We still hold the digital assets. It's not changing anything, right? We're just figuring out how to continuously grow our wealth in the now and not waiting around for some bull market cycle. So let's just go over this real fast. I want to go over this tweet. I don't want to stop the rant and really just get into the education that we have for you guys, because the education part is the most important and the mindset is the most important. The technical analysis, the actual implementation of learning DeFi and getting into DEXs and all that stuff, that comes later. We have to solidify the foundation first, or the building will crumble. The building will fall apart. You will not survive. So you have here on my screen, I don't know this guy personally. I don't like to call influencers out, but he goes on to say in this post, what car will you be buying after crypto takes off? Notice the mindset after crypto takes off. Here's his, and he posts a picture of an Aston Martin. I am telling you all right now that if you spend 6 months to a year in DeFi could be paying your monthly car payments for you, and you could be driving a car like this. Now, I don't know everybody's personal preferences, and I don't know everybody's physical, wants and needs, but just using this guy as an example, if he really wanted this car, he does not have to wait for some bull market to get this car. This is a toxic mindset, in my personal opinion, right? Instead of taking a proactive approach and figuring out, how can I get the things that I want now? How can I work towards getting the things that I want now? How can I be proactive about it? He's waiting. He's waiting for some opportunity to fall in his lap. And that is not an entrepreneurship mindset. That is not the road to riches. And that is not going to get him this car. You get what I'm saying? Then underneath of that, okay, because I responded and I said, why wait for crypto to take off to get this car? Low key, you could utilize DeFi to pay for this car yourself in the now if you maximize knowledge and understanding of how being a liquidity provider works. And then underneath of it, this guy, Crypto Ireland, goes on to say, well, what if that DeFi coin dumps? So this to me signals a fear-based mindset, because by saying, what if a DeFi coin dumps? Well, what if the entire cryptocurrency market cap dumps, right? Both of these mindsets, a buy and wait and hope mindset, a lottery fixed mindset, and a fear-based mindset are going to do nothing for you but keep you in the same position that you're in now in a year from now. And that is not what we want here at CYPRX. We want growth. We want to scale. We want to continue to move forward in our lives and get the things that we want in the now while we're young, while we can actually enjoy them and not be, later on in our lives. Because I can't say when we're older, but because there's older people in this community, but I don't want to be driving this car if I don't personally want this car, but if I was this guy, right? If I was King Karen, whatever his name is, why would I not want to be driving this car when I'm 30 instead of 35? You get what I'm saying? And he could be, okay? So now that we have the perspective of the masses is buy and hold. It's fear, get out, okay? I even showed you guys a freaking picture in the DeFi chat. I think that this is hilarious. This is why me and Mr. Aquaman have come to the conclusion that this HODL-based mindset is a psyop to get people to believe and to just the only potential they have in crypto is to buy and hold. Look at this girl, okay? She's literally sitting in front of Dr. Lehman Beard, and she's wearing a HODL t-shirt. HODL on, we're shooting for the moon. You see this? This is the mindset that the mass majority of people in crypto have. This is the mindset that I had before I opened my eyes to DeFi. Well, guess what? Dr. Lehman Beard and the team behind the Hedera network has given you the ability to do. If you go on Saucer Swap, you could be a liquidity provider for HBAR USDC trading pair, and you can make over 68% APR on your HBAR right now. You could be making yield on your HBAR just for holding HBAR right now. So let's go over this. All right, let's really talk about this in depth, the toxicity of fear-based mindset and investing in entrepreneurship, and then I'll give it to Mr. Aquaman to do, his breakdown and go over his portfolio and his juicy finds. He's probably going to walk through a DApp and show you guys how to find pools and whatnot. So let's just start off. In the dynamic world of investing and entrepreneurship, fear can be a paralyzing force that holds individuals back from realizing their full potential. And I don't want anybody in this community to suffer from that. Here is why, and we're going to go over some factors. Succumbing to a fear-based mindset is toxic and detrimental to growth and success. Now, there's a difference between being fearful and being worried about risk. We do want to be risk adverse. We want to make sure that we're not overexposing ourselves. We want to make sure that any money that we have invested into this space, we are willing to lose. Do not put money, I repeat, do not put money into this digital asset ecosystem that you are not willing to go to zero tomorrow. We already know fiat is fake. That means that crypto is, in a sense, fake. It's all fake. So do not have an emotional attachment to it. That means that any money that you put into this market, you should not give two about. I have multiple six figures in my portfolio. It's worth at its peak over $270,000. When it's down, about 190, right? If I lose all that money tomorrow, my life is not going to end. I have capital reserves on the sidelines to support my family in the worst case scenario. I have a savings. I have other investments. I have other businesses outside of CYPRX that make me money, right? So if crypto goes to zero tomorrow, I'm not emotionally attached to it, and neither should you. If you are emotionally attached to your crypto positions, yes, okay, let me put it this way. Would it suck if I lost that money? Absolutely. Would I be probably depressed for a couple of days? Sure. But would it change my life? Not really. I'd still find a way to be successful, right? And so if you have money in this space that would completely wreck your life and cause you to contemplate suicide, get the fuck out. It's not worth it. And if that's not you, and you've taken on the risk and you've considered the investment and the losses and the risk, then let's keep grinding, ladies and gentlemen, because all that fear bullshit, that's going to sit you on the sidelines, and people that aren't afraid, people that are willing to take the opportunity and grow, they're going to blow past you. They're going to blow past you at 100 miles per hour, and you're going to be sitting on the sidelines like, damn, in a year from now, how did they get there? It's because they weren't afraid. So let's talk about how the fear of failure hinders growth and potential. So looking at some of these highlights, we now know, hopefully, by hearing my rant, when fear dominates decision-making, it hinders growth and potential. Fear of failure, it often prevents individuals from taking the necessary risks that could lead them to significant growth opportunities. Entrepreneurship and investing inherently, it freaking involves risk, right? And those who are constantly worried about making mistakes, they're going to miss out on valuable insights and groundbreaking opportunities like DeFi. Like this guy right here, right? This mindset is just so that when I see it, I'm like, having been a mentor for 4 years now, I immediately see that and I'm like, okay, teachability index on 0, confidence on 0, probably not going to be as successful as someone like, I don't know, Justin, who comes in headstrong and tackles this market every single day, learning as much as he can on his own time while soaking up CYPRX course material. You get what I'm saying? It just doesn't compare. It doesn't compare. Let's talk about how fear, it really truly hinders and stifles creativity and innovation. Fear is the antithesis of creativity and innovation, in my personal opinion. When people are constantly worried about making mistakes or facing failure, which is one of the biggest mindset hurdles in trading, they become risk adverse. They're less likely to think outside the box. It's that simple. And in the entrepreneurship world, creativity and innovation are freaking key drivers to success. You have to be creative. You have to be innovative, or somebody's going to come along. They're going to have a better idea than you. They're going to be more innovative than you. And again, they're going to blow past you. So we really need to understand that a fear-based mindset stifles these qualities, which leads to stagnation. I want you guys to write that down. Stagnation is a big vocabulary word that we don't want anything of. And missed opportunities. We don't want to be missing opportunities. We want to be taking advantage of them. And a fear-based mindset causes you to miss opportunities. So instead of bracing new ideas, like this individual could be doing, right? And instead of exploring unconventional new solutions, he's going to most likely stick to the safe, tried and tested methods, which is buy and hodl, which isn't a bad thing because obviously, of course, I'm still going to hold my cryptocurrency, my digital assets. I told you guys I'm building an entirely new DeFi portfolio, but it's ultimately just going to hinder their ability to adapt to the changing market conditions that we all know in this community are for a fact happening. Things are changing. Traditional finance is dead. You can't keep up with inflation. You're looking at the gas pump and you're like, well, why the fuck is gas fucking $10 a gallon? Why when I go to the grocery store is it $300 when it was 150 3 months ago, right? But there's a solution to all that. We can keep up with the changing tides. We can beat the market makers right now as we speak, right? So another thing that fear causes is it causes short-term thinking. Fear-based mindsets often encourage short-term thinking at the expense of long-term strategic goals. When individuals are driven by fear, they prioritize immediate, often self-preserving actions over the long-term growth and sustainability. Now, DeFi is not trading. It is not a quick get fix flip. You're not going to become a millionaire overnight. But can you become a multimillionaire in 3-4 years in DeFi? 110%. 110% if you play your cards right. Is everybody going to become a millionaire in this private community that we're now creating with DeFi? Probably not, because people are going to make irrational emotional decisions along the way. Some people are going to give up. Some people are going to do this. But just like how in the CYPRX community, there's a spot handful of people that are passing challenges, that are actually pulling money from profitable prop firm accounts. There are going to be a handful of people that join the DeFi community and accelerate because they're paying attention, they're educating, they're tapped the fuck in, and they're going to blow the people out of the water that don't. It's that simple, right? So we're not going to be focused on the short term with this DeFi stuff. We're focused on the long term. At least I myself am planning within the next 6 months, 6 to 9 months, I'm a year max to be making at least $14,000 to $20,000 per month in DeFi. That's my goal. And it's very realistic. And I'm going to show you guys that journey and show you guys those numbers week after week after week, right? So last but not least, we got embracing a growth mindset. So to overcome the toxicity of a fear-based mindset in investing in entrepreneurship, and this is my last spiel, it is absolutely essential to embrace a growth mindset. This is going to involve you to educate yourself on the possibilities and the opportunities available first. If you don't know what DeFi can do for you, don't talk about it. If you're not making money from DeFi right now, don't talk down about it. I think Mr. Aquaman said this the other day, is that if you knew about DeFi, if you actually knew about DeFi, you'd be making money from DeFi right now. So that means that most likely you don't. You might know what DeFi is, you might know what it could do, so to a certain extent, but if you actually knew about it, you'd be making money from it right now. So instead of viewing failure and fear as something to be feared, individuals, us, this community, we should see it as an opportunity for growth and learning in the now. So we need to foster a culture of innovation and creativity, which requires creating an environment, which is what myself and Mr. Aquaman are doing, where individuals can feel empowered to take risks and think outside the box and encourage experimentation by getting into different projects and embracing failure. If we lose some money in this market by testing a new project or sending a wrong transaction or Esteban getting scammed by XSwap, we can't look at that as it's going to stop us. We can't see that as, fuck, well, we shouldn't be doing this. We need to get past that. We need to learn from our mistakes and we need to continue to elevate. And I'm going to continue to lead this community. Sometimes I even tears when I come down, like I'm freaking water in my eyes right now because it's so crazy to me that people are for real reaching out to me. Andrew just reached out to me this morning, was like, bro, thank you. You changed my life. Years ago, I didn't know nothing about trading. Took your course. Now I'm profitable. What? That's crazy. Okay. We're going to do the same for the DeFi markets. We're going to continue to scale. And the people that continue to ride this train, we're going to continue to grow and scale. I don't care if it's 10 people with us at the top. I would much rather it be 10,000. But to each his own. You have to grab a hold of your life. You have to really want it. You have to want to change. You have to want to embrace innovation, and you have to want to get involved. You can't have this fear-based mindset. So that's my spiel on psychology to get the ball rolling, to open the door to what it is that we're going to be bringing to you guys. Mr. Aquaman, brother, take it away.